The other day, I was looking for a new social media to use because, you know, Twitter sucks. Oh, I got a new message. Hi, I heard you also like playing games. Can we chat about that? What the fuck? And I decided to try Blue Sky because, you know, a lot of people are already there, you can create custom feeds, and the design is suspiciously similar to Twitter's. So I created an account and tried to search for Unreal Engine to find and connect with people with similar interests as me. But what I found instead was... What? You know, I have been using Unreal Engine for over 2 years now, and my user experience has been fine so far. So I started searching other places to see if this was just a Blue Sky thing, but it turns out that this is a pretty popular opinion. Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, wherever I looked, I found similar comments. Unreal Engine 5 is ruining games, Unreal Engine 5 is pathetic, Unreal Engine kills games. In fact, I have here with me one of the guys who doesn't like Unreal Engine. Would you mind telling us why you think Unreal is the worst? Oh, what? What the hell is this you talking about? Is he serious? So, in order to get to the bottom of all of this and find out if Timmy is telling the truth, I started to investigate more about these comments. Is it true what they say out there? Is Unreal Engine a bad engine? Is Unreal the worst thing that has happened to the video games industry? No. Well, kind of, but it is not how it looks like. Most of the comments can be grouped in 3 different categories, but let's start with the simplest one. Unreal Engine has become very popular during the last few years. I mean, it has always been a popular engine, but lately, oh my god. The main reason for this growing popularity is very simple. Epic promises that if you use Unreal, you can make games that look amazing with very little knowledge and effort. It has nanites, so there is no need to worry about asset performance. It has Lumen, so lighting looks amazing without doing anything special. It has blueprints, so there is no need to learn a complex programming language. It has a huge selection of free assets and many more paid assets, so you can skip whole development steps. There is a huge community willing to help and infinite materials to learn from. I mean, even a little kid can make a game with these conditions. Oh god, he might even finish making his first game before I do. And what happens when something looks so good and seems so easy to use? That 2 new types of people join this scene. People with little to no knowledge but with a lot of ambition, like me! And people who see an opportunity to make a quick game and get easy money, like me! In both cases, most likely because of ignorance or because they're trying to speed things up, they end up using the settings that come preset by the engine, as well as many assets from the marketplace. So what people describe as the Unreal look actually is the default Unreal look, both sharing the same assets. It is not because the engine is limiting the creativity of developers, but because developers lack the skill, the time, or simply don't care about making the game look default. Let's take as an example any of the latest announced games that have the Unreal look. Okay, what do we have here? Yes! Paradise. According to the Steam page, Paradise is a free-to-play life simulation game with limitless possibilities, realistic graphics and advanced AI, and if you look at the screenshots, dude, this game is screaming Unreal all over the place. It has the metahuman characters, the animations from the game animation sample, the water from Fluid Flux, the sky from Ultra Dynamic Sky, the bank from the Modular Bank pack, and of course this game has the Unreal Engine look. This game is basically Unreal Marketplace, the game. And just to be clear, I am not saying that using marketplace assets makes a game bad. Lots of amazing games use marketplace assets, and I am sure that Paradise is going to be a great game when it has cryptos. Nah, I take it back. But what happens when truly dedicated and capable studios use Unreal? Have you seen the amount of incredible games with different styles that have been made with it? We have Rime with its smooth stylized graphics, Astroneer with its colorful low poly aesthetic, Borderlands with its comic book-like cartoonish style, Stray with a mix of stylized realism realism and moody color palettes, Sea of Thieves, Abzu, even Octopath Traveler is made with Unreal. What? Are you seeing this 2.5 piece of art? Yes, the engine does have a strong focus on photorealism, but it is equally capable of reproducing any other style. It is just that those styles are not there by default. You need to know a little more to be able to get those results. But even though games look great, they don't always run great, which brings us to the second type of comments. Okay, so this isn't a secret to anyone. Unreal has a bad reputation for not being able to deliver a smooth experience. High-end hardware requirements, long shader compilation times, constant stuttering. It sucks. Or does it? Yeah, it pretty much sucks. But only sometimes. The list of titles suffering from stuttering is getting longer and longer, and wherever you look, you can find people either asking for solutions or sharing guides on how to improve the performance of almost any game. This isn't a good sign. It can't be denied that part of the blame relies on Epic for not addressing some of the underlying problems that come from all the old code and how the engine was designed back then. In fact, a lot of these traversal stutter issues come from how actors and components are managed. Or was it something to do with the render pipeline? I don't know, I'm not that smart. And I imagine that the constant release of new features doesn't do much but pile up on a foundation that is shaking a little bit. But in many cases, it is the fault of game developers who think that by enabling Nanite and Lament, their game will magically run at 60 FPS without any optimization. And no, game dev isn't that easy, and we as developers need to take the necessary actions to make sure our games run as smooth as possible regardless of the engine's problems, and fortunately, there are plenty of ways to make this happen. Static meshes can be instantiated, assets can be combined to reduce raw calls, LODs and HLODs can be created to limit the quality of the visuals based on distance, a precompiled shader step can be added so shaders aren't compiled on the fly, materials and textures can be optimized, the way objects are streamed in and out of levels can be redefined, and levels can be designed to complement that streaming, heavy blueprint calculations can be moved to C++. I have like 20 other things written down here, but you get the point. Ultimately, this is an effort that needs to come from both sides, game developers and engine developers, and unless you have the mental capacity or the capital to fix the engine yourself, I know I can't, we can only optimize what's within our reach while we wait for Epic to do something about it, which I hope happens eventually since they are constantly improving the engine. But wait, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Lately, many big studios are starting to use Unreal, and these studios are facing the same problems, in some cases sharing their solutions, and in more special cases like with CD Projekt God contributing part of their code directly to the engine, so we can only wait and see what happens from here. And speaking of big studios using UE5, video game development is harder than ever today, and with the rising development times, costs and increasingly ambitious scopes, it makes sense that many studios are starting to use Unreal to reduce the effort required to develop a custom engine and focus fully on developing their games. Let's stick with the example of CD Projekt Red for a moment. You probably don't know this, but a few years ago CD Projekt Red developed a little game called Cyberpunk, and after many years of development, pressure from investors and gamers, and constant delays, they released the game, and oh boy, the launch was a complete disaster. Poor performance, bugs everywhere, lack of content, unfinished systems. The same engine that powered the amazing The Witcher 3 exploded in every possible way with Cyberpunk. So yeah, I can totally see how using another engine as the foundation for their games is a good option. I mean, some of the most infamous bugs from Cyberpunk at launch were actually the solution for much worse issues. There could be two possible outcomes to this trend of major studios ditching their engine in favor of Unreal. In scenario A, studios start using Unreal Engine as a solid, well-tested foundation for their projects, dedicating all their efforts to modifying the engine for their specific needs, which results in shorter development times, higher quality titles, and profits for the company. Everybody wins. On the other hand, in scenario B, studios start using Unreal as a marketing tool to attract investors, as an excuse to cut staff and to replace in-house work with outsourcing to third-party companies, which results in rushed, low-quality games, all in the name of maximizing profits. everyone loses. I really want to believe that AI will become the norm, but seeing the latest trends in the industry regarding mass layoffs, AI usage and everything else we have been seeing in recent years, I am pretty sure that we'll be seeing a lot more of P. But we can't blame Unreal for this. Epic is just making a kick-ass engine, but that's all it is, an engine, a tool. How it is used depends on the developers. Or are we going to blame Unreal for the days before too, huh? To sum up, do I think Unreal Engine is ruining video games? Of course not. Unreal is capable of powering amazing games, and I am sure we have all enjoyed titles developed with it. Yes, there's still a lot of work to be done to make games even better, both by Epic to improve the engine and by developers to learn how to use it effectively, but just the fact that it opens doors for small studios and indie developers to test of this level makes it absolutely worth it. Honestly, I probably would not even be here talking to you right now if Unreal didn't exist. And if big studios decide to use Unreal and do bad stuff with it, that's okay. Never forget that you have the power to shape the course of the industry. Just don't pre-order, don't buy, and don't throw your money at companies that release unfinished crappy games. As simple as that. And in the meantime, if you want to have fun while you wait for the good games to come out, what better option than to have fun while you learn with today's video sponsor? Brilliant. With thousands of interactive lessons in math, science, programming, data analysis and more, Brilliant helps you to become a better thinker day by day. Each lesson is filled with hands-on problem solving that lets you play with concepts in real time, a method proven to be 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. If you are here watching this video, I assume you like video games, and in that case, I especially recommend the Thinking in Code course, which puts you in the mindset of a programmer without any previous experience, breaking down complex problems into manageable chunks of code. No matter what time it is or where you are, you just need 10 minutes and your phone, and Brilliant takes care of the rest. Yeah, now you can take advantage of the time you have to wait while your game compiles shaders. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/savvyshare or click the link in the description. You will also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. As always, thank you so much to my wonderful patrons who help me make these videos possible, and see you all in the next one.